So hi everyone, you can see this is the connections for Ohm's law. So in this experiment we have to verify the Ohm's law. So for this experiment we should know how to make the connections here. So the apparatus required for this experiment are the battery of 12 volt. So you can see this is the 12 volt battery. So here is the ammeter and this is the voltmeter, and the variable resistor we call that is rheostat, and the resistor which must be connected across this voltmeter, and the jockey. Instead of that I am using alternative source to explain how to make the connections for Ohm's law. This is the circuit diagram for Ohm's law. So you can see here the connections clearly. According to this given diagram, if you make the connections, it will be easy for you. So here first consider the battery. Positive and negative terminals are there. So positive terminal of the battery must be connected to the ammeter, and the ammeter negative must be connected to the common junction of the voltmeter and the resistor, and then the negative terminal and the resistor common junction must be connected to the rheostat head, that is the terminal C, and then the lower end of the resistor, variable resistor, must be connected to the jockey, and the another end of the jockey must be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This is the connection for Ohm's law. So let us make the connections. You need to understand the circuit diagram. Once you understand that diagram, you can make the connections here. So first, if you want to start the connection, consider the battery, the positive and negative terminals. So positive terminal of the battery must be connected to the positive terminal of ammeter. Okay, this is first connection. Next, the negative terminal of the ammeter must be connected to the positive terminal of the voltmeter, and the voltmeter must be connected in parallel to the resistor. In place of that I am using alternative source to make the connection. So another end, that is negative terminal of the voltmeter, where is the common junction for this resistor and voltmeter. So we have to connect it to the head of the rheostat, that is rheostat has 3 terminals, which is used to call it as a variable resistor, because if you want to vary the resistance in the circuit you can use this. So it has 3 terminals like A, B, C. So usually we use the A and the C terminal to make the connections. So in the previous video I have explained how to use rheostat. So please watch that video. And here so we have to connect the voltmeter negative terminal to the rheostat head, that is the terminal C we can call. So next what we have to do, so another lower terminal of the rheostat, we have to connect it to the jockey, one end of the jockey, then another end of the jockey must be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, this is the complete connection for the Ohm's law. Okay, so we have to start from the battery, positive terminal connect to the ammeter, negative terminal to the voltmeter. So we have to connect the resistor in parallel to the voltmeter, negative terminal to the head terminal of the rheostat, lower terminal of the rheostat to the one end of the jockey, other end of the jockey to the negative terminal of the battery. So then you can verify the Ohm's law. To Ohm's law, we have the formula, that is voltage is directly proportional to the current and also to the resistance. So Ohm's law states that the potential difference between 2 points, or the voltage between 2 points, is directly proportional to the current passing through the resistor, or it is the voltage is directly proportional to the resistance. So if I had the jockey, I could explain it better. but you have the idea how to make the connections here, and here also you should use the fixed resistor. So just I will show you what happens exactly. So when you vary this rheostat, variable resistor, then here you will observe the deflection in the voltmeter and the ammeter. So as voltage increases, current is also going to increase. So voltage is directly proportional to the current, and which is directly proportional to the resistance across which the current is flowing. So this is how you can verify. So use the rheostat and vary the resistance. So here you will observe the deflection in voltmeter and ammeter. Note down the voltage and current. If you plot the graph is going to be straight line. So you have to apply the voltage here of about 2 volt or 4 volt. How much fixed power supply you have to give. Then you have to vary the rheostat, variable resistor. Then note down the voltage and current.